This is turning out really cool. Look at this. I think it's beautiful. How did I get here? By trial and error. Hey everyone, this is Dimitri. Welcome to day 2 of January, where I'm making new piece of generative art every day for 31 days through the month of January. And today's prompt is create it in 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, I'm going to create a new piece of generative art from scratch. The rules are not that concrete. You can start with existing code, but I'm gonna try and make something completely from scratch. So let's see how we go. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start my timer and then we have 10 minutes starting now. Okay, so I have my blank sketch here. And what can we do here? Okay, so I'm going to first, okay, let's make it 1,000 by 1,000. I've been digging square canvases lately. Background, let's go with a sort of light gray. It would look like this if you just, ooh, look, circles. So this is the default sketch. So what can we do to make this interesting? Let's start with a for loop. Get rid of the circle and I'm gonna keep it simple. I think I'm gonna just draw some points here. So since I started on this generative art journey, it's basically all about math, or mostly about math. Imagination plays a big role too. But to be able to create something and position things and just make things happen, you need to know your trigonometry pretty well. And math, you need to know your math pretty well. So I need to brush up on my trigonometry and get better at understanding sines, cosines, and how shapes work and what we can do with them. So I'm gonna use some sine and cosine functions just to plot some stuff on the canvas. So let's plot this point, x, y, so stroke, the color for this, it's going to be just black for now, that's okay. Let's see what this looks like. It doesn't look like anything. You can see it's right here in the corner. You can't really see it. So what we're going to do is translate width divided by 2, height divided by 2. And this will move our point where we're drawing into the center of the canvas. So now that's better. We have a dot. So we have 500 points that are all in the center of the canvas. So how do we spread them around? I'm just putting some random numbers in here. Okay, here we go. We have a circle. It's a nice circle. Now let's add a few variables. So let's set up a variable called a equals 0, b equals 0.
This one. And I'll start incrementing these variables. Let's make c a plus plus, b plus equals 100. So every frame we can animate it and we'll make a go up by 1, b go up by 100, and c goes down by 5. Let's see what this does. So we're going to
plug in these variables into our equation, and this will create more variety, and we'll see what happens. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but let's check it out. Ooh, okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, now let's increment our things by different amounts. B plus equals 0.1. Okay, this is kind of cool. We have a line and it spreads out. Now what we can do is start rotating this thing. Rotation always makes things look cool. Okay, so rotate. It's rotated by B. Let's see what happens here. Whoa. That's my timer, 10 minutes is up. So what was I able to make? I made a starburst. I don't know if you can see it here. You can see it on the screen. Like I said, starting from scratch is hard. Not knowing what you're making is also hard, but this is, I think, is part of the artistic journey and discovery. You never know. I don't know, maybe some people know, you have an idea of what they're gonna make, but I'm just starting out, so I'm playing around and creating whatever comes out. And part of the fun here is sometimes you have no idea what you're gonna make and what's gonna come out, but it's cool. Like Bob Ross said, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents. I think it was Bob Ross that said that. So I'm going to work on this some more. We're past the 10-minute mark, but let's keep going anyway and see what we can make. So I did go into one of my earliest sketches that I worked on a few weeks ago, and pulled out some code from there. So this is what I came up with. I have this sketch here. I'm basically going to get these calculations for x and y. I'm going to call this let xx equal this, y equals this. And let's plot this, see how this looks. Error, see. Oh, okay. There's a couple more variables here that I want to add. CEF, which is my weird variable name for coefficient. Basically, it's a factor multiplier. And the increment value, which is how much I want to increment this by. So let's plug it in here. And the other thing I did is I'm incrementing Z and CEF. Am I incrementing CEF here? No, not exactly. But I can play around with that. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, this is looking kind of cool. It looks like it's like a spinning sun. But I'm gonna take this a step further. Slow down the rotation. Okay, we'll rotate it by Z degrees instead of V degrees. And let's change the colors. Let's make the starburst thing into a white color. See how this looks. Okay. Oh, I really like how this looks. So now, yeah, okay, let me take out the rotation and you'll see what this looks like. So what you get is this double sine wave movement kind of thing, and it looks like almost like a DNA helix. But if you add rotation to it, yeah, you can see it here again. But if you add rotation to it, it'll start rotating in this pattern, and it creates a really cool shape. So this looks very zen. I'm seeing a lotus flower. This looks like a lotus flower. It looks really cool. I really like how this turns out. This is turning out really cool. Look at this. I think it's beautiful. How did I get here? By trial and error. Completely by trial and error and just trying things out. But I really like where this is going. And right now, this is the animation that will just keep going forever if you leave it. I might actually create a separate video where I'll just let this thing run for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes maybe and see what kind of image we will end up with. But I'm really happy. I think I'm done. I'm done with my January 2 challenge. This took a little more than 10 minutes. Well, the first starburst, sunburst thing took 10 minutes and then took another 10 minutes to take some existing code from another project and create this, my little lotus flower shape, whatever you want to call it. I think it's really cool. It's very zen. I'm gonna go meditate now. Thank you for watching. Again, thank you. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna be making another one tomorrow and the day after and the day after. And the goal is to make one video every day for the rest of the month. And then from there, we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna create as much videos as I can. And this is just me learning and exploring and learning how to be a creative coder and generative artist. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following and subscribe. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow.